Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of the 7 p.m. English newscast on Info Television. Our top stories. The scarcity of cooking gas in the city of Yaoundé precisely has led to a scramble by citizens to purchase this product. And following the recent destruction in Douala, cleanup efforts are underway as hygiene committees alongside development organizations are actively engaged in daily sanitation initiatives throughout the Douala 3 municipality. Those were our headlines. Details in a jiffy. Welcome back. Following a directive from the Minister of Transport on November 4, 2025, the transport agencies in Yaoundé have reopened, providing needed relief to businesses and persons who depend on these services. Agnes Ayok visited some agencies in Yaoundé and compiled the following reports.
After the call from the Minister of Transport this November 4th, urging transporters to resume operations, numerous traveling agencies in Yaoundé have heed to the call, with the agencies becoming functional.
Nous sommes très fiers de toutes les décisions qu'il a prises.
We are very happy with the decision taken by the Minister of Transport. It is a good decision. You know, with this crisis, we were already afraid as movement was affected everywhere. We are satisfied with this decision.
Ces décisions-là, nous sommes tout à fait satisfaits.
According to some workers in some of these agencies in Yaoundé visited this November 5th, it is thanks to the resolutions from the Minister of Transport that has prompted workers to be at work and clients coming in.
Si le gouvernement ne prend pas ce genre de dispositions,
if the government does not take such disposition, we will not have clients. Even the workers were not satisfied with such a situation because it created fear. But when the workers heard that we should resume work, we are very happy because when one area is closed, for example, Douala and Betwa and elsewhere, we equally cannot work without these agencies because we work in synergy.
On ne peut pas travailler sans ces agences-là. Parce qu'on travaille en synergie.
I am very okay with what the government has done. It is a good beginning. Movement was very difficult, but since yesterday, we see how things are gradually going back to normal. Though some cities like Douala are still blocked, preventing business persons. This has greatly affected the economy. As transport services gradually become functional, this has brought a lot of relief to business persons who rely on these services.
Despite the ghost town calls announced in Cameroon, the Akono municipality in the Mefo and Akono division remains vibrant. Everyone goes about their businesses as usual, and the ghost town idea is considered a dead letter to residents. The observation was made this morning by our team. Let's watch. In the wake of the announced ghost town in Cameroon, the city of Akono in the Mefo and Akono division is thriving. This observation made on Wednesday, November 5, with the mayor, Ondwa Efala, council staff and other employees were at their various posts. Public transport is going on well and motorbike riders are on duty. Even small businesses have not experienced any interruption. The town's main market is running smoothly like every other day. Traders say they are not worried by the climate of anxiety that has been predicted since the elections.
Vous avez parlé de villes mortes.
You spoke of ghost towns and you came to Akono to get the reality. I would say you should instead call Akono a live or vibrant city. Here everything is alive, and Akono is in Cameroon. And you know that the first Cameroonian who schooled here still has memories of the lifestyle of our population. Akono is a peaceful land, and I am here to implement peace for the good functioning of institutions and the population.
Pour la bonne marche des institutions, pour le bien-être des populations.
In schools, all is calm. The focus is on studies. No interruption has been felt.
The classes are going on and the students are all in place. So we have been carrying out checks and control, and all the administrative staff is in place. We had our meetings, consultations on Monday, and everything is in place. The students are equally going to the remedial phase of their first sequence that has been successfully written and recorded. So we are still working on the report cards that will be out today.
Residents of Akono say the town is exemplary and urge others to emulate.
So we also pray that other areas in the country should copy the example of what is happening here and give education the best chance they can for the children. We will forget about the political divisions that we have, but our children have to benefit first from all of those.
The city of Akono is alive. Everyone goes about their businesses as usual, and according to residents, it is evident that Cameroon breathes peace. And the scarcity of cooking gas has led to, in the city of Yaoundé precisely, has led to a scramble by citizens to purchase this product. A team from the newsroom was at the Van Gas Depot in Yaoundé and captured persons lined up to acquire cooking gas. Let's watch. The current crisis of cooking gas scarcity in the nation's capital underscores a pressing need for a stable gas market that can shield households, food vendors, and other users from this ongoing situation. Households affirm they have been looking for this commodity for days. It's been 4 days that we have been searching for gas to no avail. So this morning, while I was working, there was a long line here waiting to purchase it, and I went to the house and brought my bottle so I can buy it. This gas depot at the Van neighborhood has brought joy to many as persons from different areas are being served. Here in Yaoundé, I am a bit surprised to see that there is scarcity in cooking gas in cities, because in the course of last week we stocked the market, and now you can see that we are distributing and serving households. Though consumers are still faced with shortages, efforts are being made by persons in charge to remedy the situation. And the price of the tomato fruit has dropped in the West region as farmers are selling at low prices. Meanwhile, in other areas, the price of this fruit is extremely high, disrupting the local economy, as you tell us in this report, Mimi Tiobo.
Like other sectors of activities, such as transportation, commerce, and others, the sale of tomatoes in the markets of the West region is experiencing a slowdown. After 6 days, the consequences are already visible. Currently, we have abundance of tomatoes. We can say that we feel everything that all citizens feel, because currently nothing works, nothing functions. We ourselves have come out because we are in hardship and we are only here to protect our goods. You see, the ones that are rotten, we put them aside so that it doesn't mix. That's really why we are here. Nothing is working. A drop in prices is explained by the inability of farmers and traders to transport and sell this highly perishable commodity. The borders were open, they had gone out and come in. Currently, everything is blocked on the spot. I'm a fruit seller. Actually, it's hard to sell tomatoes. Fruit sellers are in difficulties. It's not going out. Everything is stored on the spot. It's even hard to explain. It's stored in the farm. No driver is accepting because you hear someone say that they don't want their car burned. The goods are in the farm. People are crying because it can't go out. When you called, they say that they would rather keep their car safe. It's really impossible. It's hard.
Comme tu nous vois là, non pleure.
While waiting for a resumption of activities, a paradox is setting in production areas. Prices are collapsing, while elsewhere they are skyrocketing, reaching between 13,000 and 15,000 francs per crate. This distortion is heavily affecting the local and national economy.
We take you to Bafoussam, where city dwellers continue to give a deaf ear to the ghost town calls despite the security threats. Phillips Enchi.
On Novembre 3rd, 2025, the city of Bafoussam in the West region remains shattered, with shops and businesses closed despite security measures implemented to safeguard the lives and property of Cameroonians. We keep getting information on ghost towns, but we do not even know who is spreading the information of ghost towns. You just get up one morning and see messages on your phone, and immediately people start respecting the decisions. When you are in such a situation of security threats, the authorities need to understand. Some transporters continue to turn a deaf ear to the propaganda, while shop owners and traders cautiously resume their daily activities. The ghost town evokes memories of a similar situation in 1992. The ghost town of 1992 ruined the lives of many Cameroonians. I was a victim of the situation. Today we have lots of responsibilities, electricity bills to pay, school fees. We need to take care of our health, house rent and others. Ghost towns will never be a solution to our problem. To avoid the same effects of ghost town in the past, city dwellers in Bafoussam are multiplying strategies to overcome the situation. Look at our children. They are no more going to school. Are they not the future of this country? Those who are instigating ghost town need to understand that these are the people who will govern this country in the future. If they do not have access to education, how are they going to be productive in the coming years? I think we need to put an end to this. It is time for us to maintain peace, not only by talking, but through action. Why not revise the electoral code so that Cameroonians can express themselves? This might also be a solution. As the situation continues, the local economy is now facing setbacks. Despite security threats from unknown entities, shop owners and market vendors are cautiously carrying on with their activities.
Following the recent destructions in Douala, cleanup efforts are underway. Sanitation initiatives throughout the Douala 3 municipality are clearly visible. Agnes Ayok reports.
Since October 30, 2025, members of some development organizations in Dakar and around Carrefour Nelson Mandela are engaging in a cleanup campaign after days of rioting in Douala. With the help of brooms and shovels, as well as other materials, they are bent on ensuring that the environment becomes clean again. This to ensure a healthy environment. The work this morning consists of disengaging our neighborhood with everything that happened during the past 3 days. It was unbearable. We have come as a local elected official to take away all the disorder and allow the rehabilitation of the neighborhood to resume. It is a social action of the citizens that we lead every day, namely the inhabitants of the Madagascar area and its surroundings through to Radak. Even those who cause the destruction must understand that we must live in a healthy environment despite everything that is happening in Cameroon. On the CCC Ndokoti stretch of road, the hygiene service team from the Douala 3 municipality is at work. Not only do these property agents remove the remains from the road, but they also weed the grasses. It is simply an action of integral property that takes into account activities related to sweeping, to the removal of debris, to the integral cleaning of the floor, and taking into account all that it is to be done as an operation. These activities make the right lines of prerogatives assigned to the hygiene service, which retains a quality of urban beautification. The population of Douala remains determined to rehabilitate the beauty of the city.
The Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, Joseph Lay, on November 4, hosted a pivotal evaluation meeting for the Smart Campus project. This collaborative initiative between Cameroon and Korea aims to enhance public service transformation in Cameroon. Details in this report.
Thank you.
On November 4th, 2025, the Auditorium Hall of the Ministry of Public Service and Administrative Reform hosted an important evaluation meeting under the auspices of the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, who doubles as the President of the Steering Committee for the Smart Campus project, Joseph Lay. This initiative is a collaborative effort between Cameroon and Korea.
We are already in the operational phase of our important project with our partners of Korea, with KOICA, because we are working together on the implementation and installation of 4 smart campuses in Cameroon, namely at ENAM, at SUPTIC, at MINFOPRA, and at ESMP.
The project aims at enhancing awareness and capacity building for public service transformation in Cameroon, a project which is in great progress.
This meeting was very important because it has enabled us to make a kind of evaluation. After that evaluation, we have noticed that things are going on smoothly and we can now accelerate the process so that everything should be okay by the end of 2025 or the first semester of 2026.
The Smart Campus project aims to modernize and transform public service delivery through the integration of e-government practices.
In terms of technical perspective, I think I'm quite confident to say that although we are seeing some delay, every component is ongoing well, and I think we can be, even if there might be some slight delay, I think we will be confident to accomplish this whole project in we will achieve the target of this project very well.
It should be noted that the event brought together key stakeholders, including government officials, technology experts, and representatives from both Cameroon and Korea.
And let's talk news from out of Cameroon. From Qatar to the United States of America, different stories are making news around the world. And what strikes in Qatar and the US? Jessica Ndiwum reports.
As fighting intensified in Sudan, Qatar's emir has condemned the atrocities committed against civilians in Al-Fashir by the Parliamentary Rapid Support Forces. The support forces captured the capital of North Darfur State from the army just over a week ago after an 18-month siege that cut off the delivery of food and other supplies. There have been reports of summary executions, massacre, sexual violence, attacks on humanitarian workers, looting, abductions, and forced displacement carried out by its fighters. The Rapid Support Forces has denied committing atrocities, but testimonies from those fleeing, online videos, and satellite images offer an apocalyptic vision of their attack. While in USA, Uganda-born Zoran Mandani has won a resounding victory to become New York City's next mayor. His election marks a historic moment as the Democratic Socialist will be the city's first Muslim leader. Mamdani's win caps a remarkable rise from a little-known state lawmaker just a year ago to one of the most talked about politicians in the United States. Born in Uganda and raised partly in South Africa, Mamdani's struck a triumphant tone in his victory speech directly addressing US President Donald Trump. I know you're watching. I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. He declared to cheering supporters. He promised that New York will stand as a light in this moment of political darkness. The United Nations is raising concern that global efforts to fight climate change are still not enough. According to a new UN report, the continued dependence on fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas remains the main cause of global warming. The report also notes that the United States' withdrawal from the Paris Agreement has weakened progress made in recent years. Current climate plans are expected to reduce future warming by only about 0.3 degrees Celsius. Scientists warn that greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide released when fossil fuels are burned, continue to drive up global temperatures. The United Nations is urging all countries to submit stronger plans showing how and how fast they will cut emissions.
Let's remain in Cameroon. In a Cameroon celebrated for its unity in diversity, the concept of national unity remains a fundamental pillar cherished by many Cameroonians. In the following report, Jude Kenji got the view of citizens on how to better cherish national unity. Let's watch.
The tangible beauty of this unity is woven into the daily fabric of Cameroonian life. It is witnessed in the bustling markets, local dialects, in the vibrant music scenes that draw from every corner of the country, and in the shared pride for national achievements.
So we think national unity is an important concept and which has to be encouraged and promoted. We preach national unity wherever we go, in all, the president in all his speeches talk of.
This harmonious coexistence of over 250 ethnic groups is a testament to the resilient national spirit that has historically overcome divisions. It is a hard-won asset, forged in the fires of the nation's complex history of reunification and nation building, and one that continues to be source of strength and identity for its people.
We, the citizens, 30 million Cameroonians, should see in this occasion as an opportunity to come together, work together, look at each other as one, in peace, in unity, and especially in respect of the values, the laws, and the institutions of the Republic.
However, this cherished unity cannot be taken for granted. It faces tests from the ongoing socio-political challenges.
Despite the tension that has been going on here and there, with a handful of people who are mounting resistance, we can still be very confident that Cameroonians love their country, and tomorrow we will all be at the National Assembly to celebrate the oath taking as one and indivisible Cameroon.
These difficulties underscore that unity is not a static achievement, but a continuous process, a garden that requires constant nurturing.
So this occasion is supposed to strengthen our unity. This occasion is supposed to strengthen our peace. And this occasion is supposed to make us, remind us of our duty, civic duty, to respect the values of the Republic, to respect the institutions of the Republic, to respect the laws, because that is the only way we can move forward.
Therefore, the call to preserve this unifying spirit is more pressing than ever. It is a call for every citizen to actively champion peace in their communities.
The message I can give to the Cameroonians is that President Paul Biya is the father of the nation. And I think with the situation that we are going through, I know that the father is the father of all, and he's going to give to do many things. Many have been done, and much is still yet to be done again. And I think that our father knows the cry of the children, and he's going to do more, as I've always been doing. So I think that with President Paul Biya, we are sure of national unity, we are sure of hope, we are sure of development and prosperity and progress in Cameroon.
Safeguarding this precious concept, the people not only honor a legacy dear to the nation's leadership, but more importantly, they secure a harmonious and prosperous future for generations of Cameroonians to come.
As Cameroonians await the oath-taking of President Paul Biya on November 6, a series of ceremonial rites are expected to spice up the event. This aims at demonstrating the country's military prowess. Phillips Enchi tells us more.
Cameroonians are expecting on November 6, 2025 to welcome the President-elect Paul Biya to power as he pledges allegiance to the nation during his oath-taking ceremony at the National Assembly. The event marks the official beginning of his new term, symbolizing the renewal of state authority and the commencement of his constitutional duties. The swearing-in remains a solemn commitment to uphold the constitutional and the laws of the Republic. With barely 24 hours to the ceremony, preparations intensifies as this year's inauguration ceremony is expected to feature a 101-gun salute by the military. The use of gun salute is an 18th-19th century European tradition signifying peace. The numbers of gun salute is well calculated and codified, ranging from 21 to 31, while not 101 gun salute, which was considered in the past as a sign of honor to a head of state or the proclamation of a head of state. So the 101 shots can be summarized to what we call the 21 gun salute, which has an objective to bring out the importance of the event. The gun salute is of great importance. The gun salute has a political implication. It symbolizes the most solemn act in a republic. It is a manifestation of national sovereignty reserved for events of this magnitude, notably the election or the re-election of a head of state. The gun salute signifies that the entire nation renders honor to a supreme leader. The 101 gun salute demonstrate the country's military potential and honor to the ceremony.
Maintenant, on peut y trouver une dimension symbolique.
The gun salute symbolizes national unity, institutional legitimacy, meaning the state expresses itself through its military prowess. And the third dimension is the solemn pact of oath-taking, which is sacrosanct and also considered as a republican baptism.
Par le bruit du canon comme un baptême.
As Cameroonians await the oath-taking ceremony in the days ahead, expectations are high to see the President-elect Paul Biya continue in preserving peace, social cohesion, infrastructural development, while creating an enabling atmosphere for economic growth and employment opportunities for youths.
And that does it for tonight's edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for watching and stay connected tomorrow, same time, God willing. Good evening.